Black Light. I like to acknowledge some of my subscribers, new subscribers. We almost got 90 views. 90 subscribers. And I wish 190, put it like that, not 90, and I don't know. We got 189. So if 189 press that like button, we'll give, some more brothers and sisters that might want to check out the way I lay down this knowledge and supreme wisdom. I'm trying to give you knowledge and wisdom at the same time, antidote to how you could turn the tables on the warden of this jailhouse that we're living in. And I'd like to show you how they are stealing from you, mostly your time and your energy. And this guy wrote a book called The Creature from Jekyll's Island. Take a listen. I'm going to let you hear just a little bit about what he's talking about. Then I'm going to come back and give my comments.
The book on your screen was first written in 1994, but it is currently in its 32nd printing. This is the 5th edition, and the author is G. Edward Griffin, and he's joining us here on Book TV on C-SPAN 2 in Las Vegas. Mr. Griffin, who is the creature from Jekyll Island? Or what is the creature?
What is the creature, yeah. I had fun with that title because I thought if anybody saw it in the bookstore, they might think it was a sequel to the, Jurassic Park or something like that. The creature from Jekyll Island is the Federal Reserve System. And the reason for the Jekyll Island connection is because one of the most interesting things about the Federal Reserve is that it was created on Jekyll Island. It's a real island. It's off the coast of Georgia. And it was on that island back in 1910 that a small group of men gathered, and it was their mission to draft what became eventually the Federal Reserve Act. And I see you're going to show the pictures there. Yeah, those are the guys. And the funny thing about that piece of history is that the Federal Reserve Bill was being sold to the American people at that time as a piece of legislation that was going to somehow control those big bad bankers. See? And what they didn't realize is that the big bad bankers that you're looking at right there, those are the epitome of the great power centers of banking. They were the ones that were busy writing the bill that was supposed to control.
Who are these 6 gentlemen, Mr. Griffin?
Well, they're representatives.
You could walk us through them.
Primarily, Senator Aldrich is the only one that wasn't a banker. He was the politician. He was the one that was sort of spearheading the political side of it.
But father-in-law also to John Rockefeller.
John Rockefeller, yeah. He was tied in very closely to the banking fraternity and the industrial complex. A very wealthy guy in his own right. He's probably the most important political figure in the United States, short of the president, who was Woodrow Wilson in those days. But the rest of these guys are all bankers, and they represented the dynasties of J.P. Morgan and William and the Rockefeller dynasty, and they had connections to Kuhn Loeb and Company that were there, and that means they were connected to the Rothschilds in England and France, and Max Warburg was there. Paul Warburg was there, and he had connection to his brother Max, who was the head of the banking, the Warburg banking consortium in Germany and the Netherlands. And so what we have is this was an international group here, really, representing international finance. And if there was anything that was the epitome of the big bad bankers of the world, these were the guys. So what happened there is that they knew that there was going to be some kind of a move to control banking. They knew that Congress was going to pass some kind of a law to regulate banking. And so instead of being stupid about it and just sitting back and saying, oh, I hope they don't do too bad. They decided to take the lead. They said, we'll write the bill. We'll make sure that it's to our liking. And so that's what it's all about. They went to Jekyll Island where nobody knew they were going, where they had a meeting that was in a great deal of secrecy. They denied that they went for many years thereafter, you know. But they actually drafted the Federal Reserve Act on Jekyll Island in 1910, and then the next 3 years it took that much time to promote it and get it through Congress.
So 1910, William Howard Taft was president, and the 6 gentlemen who were there, Nelson Aldrich, Republican whip in the Senate, Henry Davison, senior partner of J.P. Morgan, A. Piatt Andrew, Assistant Secretary of the Treasury, Frank Vanderlip, President of National City Bank of New York, Benjamin Strong of J.P. Morgan, and Paul Warburg, partner representing the Rothschilds and Warburgs in Europe. And you say that in here that they represented essentially 1/4 of the entire wealth of the world.
So you see that Congress went against the Constitution of gold and silver being the money, and made sure that the citizens couldn't have gold in their possession, gold and silver in their possession, and they took up all the gold. And this is where you start getting that dollar, using that fake dollar. So they control the money. That's one way they are stealing your time and energy. Remember when Jesus told the Pharisees, give what belongs to Caesar, and what belongs to God. When you look at it, Caesar ain't got nothing coming. Not even your time and energy. Everything belongs to the Creator, which is the ancestors of the black man. They are the ancestors. And you say, well, how do you know this? Well, it tells you in the Bible that way. It says, let us make man in our own image. Well, who is the us? It's not talking about a single person. So they're stealing from us in every kind of way, and this is bringing about unnaturalism. You know, we're doing things. We're trying to fit in. We're square peg trying to fit in a round hole. You know, we can't fit because we too legit. We legit. You know, and this society legally kills and steals from you, and can't nobody check them. Won't nobody check them. Put it like that. They can be checked, but we scared to check them. You see, the majority of our people scared to check them, so they hide under the cover of being ignorant to the real deal. They put their head in the sand like an ostrich. They say ostriches do. Because by now, the way communication travels so fast. Now, some of those facts are lies, but they can easily be cross-checked now. It's just a matter of whose side you want to be on, your belief system, and everything could be checked in a matter of time, in no matter of time, within fractions of seconds. It can be checked, analyzed, you know. And but our people, the black men over here in the United States, they done got the braveness beat out of them, tortured out of them. They'll go and fight in the army, on the police force, for the one that's done made them like they are, and that kills them. But they won't fight the man that's doing it to them. Just like the gangs. Gangs will fight and kill each other, sell dope to their people, mistreat the elders, mistreat their woman. The gangs ain't the only one doing it. You don't have to be in no gang to sell dope and mistreat people. Treat your own people, because we don't look at us as a unit. We don't look at us as a nation. You know. So we look at each other as every man for themselves. This is Black Light saying, stay glued to the tube. Think about what I'm saying.